Ethan Carter, a seasoned adventurer, felt the familiar pull of the unknown. The Oregon wilderness whispered his name, promising adventure and solitude. He packed his gear, each item carefully chosen, a testament to his years of experience. Excitement thrummed through him, a constant companion as he drove towards the vast emerald embrace of the unknown. Oregon's dense forest held a siren's call for Ethan. He craved the challenge, the thrill of navigating its untouched beauty. His camera, his constant companion, promised to capture the soul of the wilderness. Ethan yearned to document its untamed spirit, to share its magic with the world. He was prepared for the challenge, or so he thought. The forest welcomed Ethan with open arms. Sunlight dappled through the towering canopy, painting the forest floor in a mosaic of light and shadow. The air hung heavy with the scent of pine and damp earth, a symphony of nature's perfume. Ethan breathed deeply, feeling a sense of peace settle over him. He was home. The first few days were idyllic. Ethan hiked deep into the woods, his camera clicking away. He captured the dance of sunlight on emerald moss, the quiet power of ancient trees. He documented the vibrant life teeming around him, a curious deer, a soaring hawk, a family of rabbits playing in a sunlit clearing. Each day deepened his connection to the wilderness, weaving him into its intricate tapestry. On the third night, the silence of the forest shifted. It was subtle at first, a whisper carried on the wind. Ethan, nestled in his tent, sat up, listening intently. His senses, honed from years of exploration, were on high alert. The whisper came again, a faint rustling outside his tent. An unsettling feeling crept up his spine, a primal instinct warning him of unseen danger. Fear was a luxury Ethan couldn't afford. He grabbed his flashlight, its beam cutting through the darkness. He scanned the area around his campsite but found nothing. The forest held its breath, eerily silent. The hair on the back of his neck stood on end. He couldn't shake the feeling that watchful eyes were upon him, hidden in the impenetrable darkness. Morning painted the forest in a reassuring light. The previous night's events seemed like a bad dream, fueled by exhaustion and the unknown. But as Ethan prepared his breakfast, he noticed something strange. Footprints, unlike any he'd seen before, marred the soft earth around his campsite. The prints were too large for any known predator, their shape bizarre and unsettling. They circled his campsite, silent sentinels in the night. Ethan examined them carefully, a chill running down his spine. He was no longer alone in this pristine wilderness. Something was stalking him, observing his every move. The days that followed were steeped in a growing sense of dread. The whispers returned each night, growing bolder, accompanied by the snapping of twigs and the rustling of leaves. The unseen presence made its presence known, toying with Ethan, pushing him to the edge. He tried to rationalize the strange occurrences, but deep down, he knew something was terribly wrong. Sleep offered no escape. Nightmares plagued him, filled with shadowy figures and eerie whispers. Each time he closed his eyes, he felt the weight of unseen eyes boring into him. The forest, once a source of peace and wonder, had transformed into a menacing labyrinth. Fear, primal and relentless, tightened its grip on him. He was a prisoner in his own wilderness haven. Section 6. The Forest Awakens. On the sixth night, the forest came alive. A cacophony of sounds assaulted Ethan's ears. Cracking branches, inhuman growls, and the rustling of leaves growing louder, closer. He scrambled out of his tent, his heart pounding in his chest. The wind whipped around him, carrying the stench of decay, and the chilling sound of his name whispered on the breeze. Then, he saw it. A grove of trees swayed violently, their branches twisting and contorting as if in pain. There was no wind, no logical explanation for the unnatural movement. It was as if the forest itself was alive, and it was angry. Terror, raw and consuming, threatened to overwhelm him. He needed to escape, to run, to get away from this nightmare. Section 7. Lost Signal. Ethan fumbled for his camera, his only lifeline to the outside world. He pointed the lens towards the grotesque dance of the trees, his hand shaking uncontrollably. The camera captured the chaotic scene, the distorted images a testament to his fear. A blinding light flashed across the lens, washing out the image, then silence. The feed cut abruptly, leaving behind an eerie stillness. Miles away, in the quaint town of Cascade Locks, Ethan's emergency beacon pulsed a frantic SOS. The signal, weak and intermittent, hinted at a desperate struggle. Search and rescue teams were immediately dispatched, their hearts heavy with the knowledge that time was running out. The wilderness held its breath, its secrets buried deep within its emerald embrace. Section 8. The Search for Ethan Carter. The search for Ethan Carter dominated headlines for weeks. Rescue teams combed the vast wilderness, their hope dwindling with each passing day. They found his abandoned campsite, his belongings scattered around the area. His tent was torn apart, as if ripped open by a force of unimaginable power. The strange footprints circled the area, a chilling reminder of the unknown. Despite their tireless efforts, no trace of Ethan was ever found. He vanished without a trace, swallowed whole by the wilderness he so loved. The official investigation concluded that Ethan had likely become disoriented and succumbed to the elements. But those who knew him best, who had seen the fear in his eyes in those final chilling frames of footage, knew that something more sinister had transpired. Section 9. Unanswered questions. Years have passed, but the mystery of Ethan Carter's disappearance continues to haunt the collective consciousness. The forest holds its secrets close, a silent guardian of the truth. His camera, recovered from the scene, remains the only tangible evidence of that fateful night. The final footage, grainy and distorted, continues to be analyzed, each frame scrutinized for answers. Some whisper of ancient legends, of spirits that roam the Oregon wilderness, preying on the unsuspecting. Others speak of government experiments, of things best left undisturbed. The truth, like the forest itself, remains elusive, shrouded in shadow and mystery. The disappearance of Ethan Carter serves as a chilling reminder of the untamed power of nature and the darkness that lies at the heart of the unknown.